Welcome, friends and enemies, to Weekly Allowance, the world's only day after Halloween toy review show. And since it is the day after Halloween, we are looking at a spooky figure. Well, at least I find him spooky. This is, oh boy, Okeaetos. Okeaetos? Georgia Okeaetos? From the Mythic Legions line. So this was initially released as part of the All-Star 5 wave in 2022 or 2023. We've had it since then and just have not opened it for one reason or another. But because it's still spooky season in my heart, we're going to open him today. As always with these types of packages, you can just slip this cardboard piece out and get to the flesh inside. Sweet plastic flesh. Alright, so he might be a little bit hard to see against my Halloween garland in the back, but I'm not changing it. I'm going to continue being festive despite the consequences, because I'm just brave like that. So, this is an interesting guy. He seems to be some kind of skeleton vampire man. Got a very kind of garish color scheme. It's worth noting that this was released in the same wave as the Zenithar character, who was like an homage to a He-Man character. I'm very sorry, I know nothing about He-Man. So I'm wondering if this is also some sort of homage, because it's got the same kind of bright cartoonish color scheme. Just like design-wise, a lot of this doesn't make any particular kind of sense to me, which is why I'm thinking it's an homage to something that I'm just not getting. But maybe I'm wrong and he's just a unique fellow. So my curiosity got the better of me. I learned that this is a tribute to a He-Man character or a He-Man toy called Web Store. It's like a blue spider type thing, which explains a lot about this design. It also explains why I'm not, sorry, a huge fan of this guy. Just like I wasn't a huge fan of Zenithon, I think I'm saying that character's name right. He-Man wasn't my demographic. I was way too young for it anyway. Unlike, I think, a lot of my contemporary peers of other toy collectors, I'm just not into He-Man. I don't know anything about it. I don't have any kind of fondness or connection to it. But it is really cool that that these kinds of figures are available to He-Man / Mythic Legions fans. That's really neat. Maybe one day, Four Horsemen will cross over Mythic Legions and Fantasy Fillies. Do you guys remember Fantasy Fillies? Am I the only one? They were great. Brightly colored, sparkly horses, horns, wings, beautiful shimmering manes. I'm gonna wait for that Mythic Legions Fantasy Filly collab. I'm sure it's coming. With that said, the character design is such that I was able to pretty much immediately recognize that it was some kind of He-Man tribute, which is impressive. Even me not being a He-Man fan, I could tell. And like I said, it does explain a few of these choices. He is spider-like. He's got these 4 dots on his forehead, which could be some kind of design, but they could also be eyes. So a lot of this obviously is reuse. So they didn't sculpt new eyes on there, but you could assume that those are meant to be eyeballs of some sort. And you've got some armor pieces that I guess probably kind of resemble what Webstar, whatever his name is, wears. He's also a skeleton. I don't know why that is. This one does have a piece of bright yellow paint on the blue right here. Ooh, it came off. Okay, good. It was just a weird flake of paint. So yeah, fairly simple as far as colors go. There's the patinas we're used to seeing. Everything else is just kind of a brightly colored, like intensely colored plastic. An interesting looking guy for sure. He's very stiff. I mean, he's been in the package for a long time now. So I'm going to have to heat him up. Oh, his loincloth thing comes out. But that's not unexpected with the mix and match nature of these figures. So yeah, kind of a simple design, but a striking one. And look, he's a positive guy. He's already given us the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I am noticing a little bit of paint overspray on his belt onto the fur here, and a little bit from the fur onto the belt on this side. Not usual for Four Horsemen figures. Usually the paint is super crisp on these guys. So that is actually surprising to see, but it's not bad enough that it upsets me. So I am going to dunk this guy in some impossibly hot water to loosen him up. He'll like it, don't worry. And I'll come back and meet you guys and we'll look at some articulation. All right, he's a wet boy now, so I'm sorry about that, but it had to happen. he looks like he'd be wet anyway, right? I mean, he's blue. This loincloth looks kind of soggy. I'm just saying. All right, so articulation. Even though I heated him up a lot, he's still pretty sticky. Not much head movement. There's a neck swivel though. That's nice. Hinge on the arm. Of course, you've got rotation. So this elbow is a single joint. It does swivel. Its gauntlet swivels too. Hinge on the hand and twist on the hand. Ooh, it's a little loose. Twist on this torso joint right here. Twist on this waist joint. Some parts of him are still sticky, but some parts are really loose. Up on the leg. Hinge. Pretty far out. He's a skeleton, so what do you expect? Difficult. Knee joint, hinge, and rock on the ankle. So pretty standard Mythic Legion skeleton movement, maybe even more limited than what we have seen lately, and because this one is kind of decked out in armor, so he's got a little bit less movement than the skeletons, I believe. Also, these arms, like, kind of wig me out. Something about them looks wrong, but I can't figure out what that is. They do only bend in one way. I mean, like I said, it's got a swivel, but I don't know, something about them just seems off to me. It might be because maybe because the gauntlets keep swiveling. It's out of my control. In addition to this guy, you do get some accessories, nothing crazy. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how you define crazy. These arms are pretty limiting, but you get 4 extra arms, and even better, they can be plugged into this back piece. So you can give him all these extra arms. You notice that he's equipped with holding things hands, and these hands are all just like reaching, grabby hands. So you plug this into the back, and I tried this out when I was heating him up, and it doesn't plug in very well for me. I don't know if I'm just doing it wrong. I don't think I am. It's just not very secure. Usually, I think you'd see that this attachment would have pegs for these holes, but really it's just got this square peg. And I tried to plug it in fresh after being heated up, and it just doesn't really want to stay. Ugh. Oh, well, it's doing it now. So hopefully it'll stay, and you can position these arms in all sorts of crazy ways. You kind of have to keep a hand on this back piece though. I like any figure that has extra arms. My go-to is the Terpiculi from the same line. Top tier multi-limbed creature, highly recommended. It's also a skeletal creature, so it's very fun to play with. It's simple, yet complicated. Ooh, yeah, see, I just heated him up and he's already starting to cool down. I don't want to bend these anymore because they are starting to lock in place, and I'm not wanting to break him. Yeah, so once you get him heated back up, you can assemble these arms in whatever position you desire. You can switch out some of these arms, put them on him, put these ones back here, have him wield a weapon behind him. All sorts of fun stuff. So in addition, he does come with 2 weapons. He comes with this, oh, I'm sorry, falling into my festive garland. He comes with this crazy looking sword, or not a sword, I guess it's some kind of like machete or knife or something. I think we've seen this before, but I can't really recall where, but this is obviously just a more colorful, very He-Man-esque repaint. Still, I like the color on it. It's not just one color of orange, there are 3 different shades. There's a bright day-glow orange, there's a bronze kind of orange, and then there's like a shimmery iridescent orange. So very cool that it's more than one color. I don't know if he's still heated up enough to hold his weapon. I hope so. I don't know, because his hand is so small in comparison to this thick chunk of handle. Fits in that one. Yeah, this is looking more He-Man by the second. I mean, I'm sure there are other toy reviewers out there that, I mean, there have to be, that have no attachment to He-Man. I just don't know. I think all the prominent ones are pretty He-Man pilled, which is fine. And he's got this cool mace. Again, more than one color on this thing. The ball part is matte, but then the spikes are metallic. So that's really interesting. In a good way. When I say interesting, I feel like I'm being like condescending, but no, I mean in a good way. And it's on a string and it's stretchy. So that is very neat. Can you hold this? Again, your hand seems so small. I don't want to break it. Okay, I guess you can hold it, but only just. So like I said, you could put these hands, arms, whatever, back here and have him be wielding the weapons while using these arms to like beckon ominously. So one last thing. He comes with an extra head. Might I prefer this head more? Let's see. He's really starting to cool down a lot. Ugh. So while I was putting on this new head, his arms fell off, which is not surprising. But what is surprising is that this spike on top of his helmet fell out. So, I mean, this is an old toy, so I'm about to give you advice that's probably way too little too late. But if you get this, watch out for that falling out. Like, I think it's meant to come out because there might be some kind of other decoration you could plug up here. It did come out very easily. So yeah, there is our guy. I do think I prefer this head. It just matches with the armor more. It looks more cohesive. And when he's holding this bright ass orange knife, this bright orange shield portion on his chest doesn't look too out of place. I kind of want to see a snarling expression on this guy, but we only get these two heads, which is nice. I mean, that's one more head than we could have gotten. I think you are meant to hold your mace away from your body so you don't hurt yourself. Or I guess it's not a mace, it's a flail. Get your medieval instruments of death correct. So yeah, that is, I already forgot his name. Okeaetos. Okeaetos. Something. Georgia Okeaetos. I've just been meaning to take a look at this one for a while, and I thought since yesterday was Halloween, this is the perfect opportunity to look at a spooky, weird little guy. Again, not really into the He-Man aesthetic, but it is cool that they're doing that, and I'm sure there are lots of fans who absolutely love these. And if you're one of them, let me know. As always, likes and subscribes are very much appreciated, comments are more than welcome, and I will see you guys on the next one.